I just watched a 40-minute Whoop commercial disguised as a tutorial, so you don't have to. As a physical therapist who's rehabbed hundreds, if not thousands of people, I need to show you what this $400 device does and doesn't do for your actual recovery. I'm not going to make you sit through a 37-minute long glaze fest. We're going to take the key claims and break them down with some actual science. Stick around for the full breakdown, but here's your TLDR. Your body is probably smarter than the algorithm. Shervin spends the first 15 full minutes on accessories and setup. Like I said, it's a commercial disguised as education. So let's skip to where he actually gets to the point.
Go back to the homepage. The things I love about here is the health monitor. If you want to see the most important metrics, this is kind of where I would look.
Around the 16 to 17 minute mark, we finally see what it supposedly does. Respiratory rate is this, SpO2 is that, resting heart rate is blah, blah, blah. Here's the problem with this. I don't actually need to know any of these numbers. In a normal, healthy individual, all of these metrics are reasonably stable and automatically controlled by your autonomic nervous system. That's the fight or flight / rest or digest part. Unless you're a Shaolin monk, you probably don't have much control over these numbers, and you really shouldn't try to. Your heart rate, your respiratory rate, your pulse ox, all of those numbers adjust automatically based on your body's needs. The average person training with the talk test is just as effective, and it's free. Can you hold a conversation while you're exercising? Boom, you're in the right zone. No $400 device required. But it gets worse when you try to sleep.
Right below that, you have sleep. Go ahead and tap sleep. You can see how you slept last night with all of the sleep stages, as well as some sleep metrics at the bottom, like wake events, efficiency, respiratory rate.
See, here we see he's had 8 hours and 30 minutes of sleep with a 100% performance. 100% performance. And 47% REM and deep sleep combined. Looks really precise, right? The overall consensus from dozens of studies is that consumer sleep trackers are 50 to 53% accurate in general compared to actual polysomnography. That is a super cool word, but what it means is that is the gold standard for sleep studies. They're basically guessing half the time. And here's the fun part. There's a growing problem in the developed world called orthosomnia. God, I love fancy words. It means your sleep gets worse because you worry about your sleep metrics. Anxiety about sleep is literally making you not sleep. We can't make this stuff up. Knowing that you have 47% REM doesn't help you sleep better tonight. If you have any level of anxiety at all, this just makes it worse. You'll spend 5 minutes every morning wondering what you did wrong, which creates a feedback loop of sleep anxiety. Better choice, simple, turn off your devices and lights 30 minutes before bed. Get warm, get comfortable, count some freaking sheep.
Your sickness is actually ruining your recovery by 12%. That is what we have noticed.
And then here's where the algorithm really starts to fall apart. Around 1826, we see the recovery impact analysis. Morning sunlight plus 7%, alcohol minus 16%, sickness minus 12%. Looks scientific with all those exact percentages, right? Well, here's the problem. Correlation isn't causation. Don't get me wrong, drinking isn't good for your recovery, but did alcohol tank your recovery by exactly 16%? Or did you stay up late, stressed about work, and have a drink? Is that what tanked it? Did you skip your workout because you were hungover or because you were already overtrained? The algorithm can't tell you. It's just pattern matching numbers, assigning percentages, and trying to look authoritative. You have a recovery tracker built in. It's called How Do You Feel? Are you sore? Do you have delayed onset muscle soreness? Do you have an actual injury? Are you tired? Did you stay up late with anxiety because you were worried about your sleep metrics? Congratulations, you played yourself. Are you crushing your workouts or dragging through them? That's called biofeedback. It's your body telling you what you need to know. This feature just outsources your body awareness to an algorithm that's guessing at correlations and can't establish causation. Real recovery optimization is simple. Progressive overload, adequate protein intake, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. No $30 a month subscription required. Your nervous system is smarter than the app. Now, let's watch how it gamifies this anxiety.
Go tap the plus sign, find My Journal. And this is where you can edit what you want to journal. And every time you open the app in the morning, it's going to pop this up and tell you to say yes or no to all these prompts. It's pretty fast to do. Tap the gear icon, and you can see the endless list of things that you can test with.
Here we hit the journal. You track over 60 different behaviors, everything from alcohol consumption to sickness to supplements. You spend 5 minutes every day playing correlation roulette. Is a glass of wine with dinner drinking? What constitutes sickness? I sneezed yesterday versus I snapped my frickin' femur playing Twister. Activity journaling can absolutely be beneficial. It's good to track your workouts, but this is adding numbers with shaky science at best. If you're a nerd, like me, you might ask, how does it know what percentage of my sleep was negatively impacted by my broken leg versus the pain meds for the broken leg versus the pint of whiskey I downed to deal with the sorrow of having a broken leg? It doesn't. It's pure correlation, and it's creating false patterns. You're creating a superstitious ritual instead of learning what your body actually needs. Real tracking is simple. Did I hit my reps? Did I progress my weight? Freaking done.
And then the stress monitor. This is a relatively new feature, but it's going to give you a value between 0 and 3. So if you want to understand what level of stress you're in.
And now we hit peak irony, the stress monitor. Real-time stress tracking that creates more stress. Look at this beautiful anxiety generator. You spent 3 hours, 19 minutes in the high stress zone. 33 minutes more than last Tuesday. Now you're stressed about being stressed. I didn't know you could gamify cortisol production. The claim is your body knows the signs before you notice them. No. You freaking noticed. You know when your boss calls you into the office, it might not be good. But there's nothing you can do to remove that stressor in the moment, and there's no way you can predict it. Stressors happen. It's part of life. Real stress management is pretty straightforward. You notice you're stressed. You take 3 deep breaths. You go for a walk. Your body's been signaling stress for millions of years. A $400 strap with a subscription didn't invent self-awareness. It just monetized your anxiety. If you really have that much trouble recognizing and dealing with stress, you probably need a counselor, not a gadget. Look, if you're someone who genuinely loves data and gadgets, fine. But don't confuse entertainment with optimization. And definitely don't let a device create anxiety about metrics your autonomic nervous system handles automatically. Here's what actually works. Progressive overload, 8 hours of sleep, adequate protein intake, stress management through actual coping strategies. No real-time cortisol tracking required. Hey, I'm Advice Dad. I've rehabbed hundreds, possibly thousands of people, myself included, and spent years watching people fall for fitness and rehab bullshit. If you want no-nonsense training advice that doesn't require a subscription cost, ironically, hit the subscribe button. Oh, and one more thing about this device. It costs $400 up front, plus a $25 to $35 a month fee. That's upwards of $700 in year one. And don't forget, this is already 4.0. There will be a 5.0 next year, if there isn't already. And you'll convince yourself to shell out another $400. You know what $700 plus can get you? 2 solid months of decent food, or 10 to 15 one-on-one PT or personal trainer sessions with somebody that can actually watch your form, adjust your program when you plateau, and teach you how to listen to your body instead of outsourcing it to an algorithm. Or, crazy thought, here's the free version. Learn the talk test for cardio intensity. Track your workouts in a notebook. Your body has been giving you feedback since birth. You just need to pay attention. Hey, I debunk quite a few fitness gadgets and trends that cost hundreds but deliver nothing. Next video drops in a week. Check the end screen.